Middlesbrough's made a good start to life in the Premier League, but at a time when there's so much cash in the world's richest competition, does success on the pitch do anything for the economy of Teesside? Well, we asked Borough defender George Friend to find out.
Talk about timing. Teesside was humiliated.
The Look North crew was pelted with eggs on Benefit Street today.
Hammered.
The Thai company SSI has announced it's mothballing its Redcar blast furnace with a loss of 1,700 jobs.
And hurt.
It's going to be a ghost town. It's just going to be a ghost town.
That is it! Middlesbrough have done it!
This was just the lift we needed. This is a proud, football-obsessed region, and promotion to the Premier League has restored honour and prestige. It's really given us something to shout about.
Even now, talking about it sent shivers down my spine. When I looked at you, and we could see all the fans ready to run on, I just get so emotional about it, it's unbelievable.
Excited, overwhelmed. It's been a long time coming.
It's put Teesside back on the map, hasn't he?
It's brilliant for the area.
Absolutely, love Borough, eat, drink Borough, and it's just amazing.
But what about the money? Well, once again, our timing was spot on. The Premier League was already the most lucrative in the world, but now it's off the scale. This season, thanks to a new TV deal, average income per club has soared 50% to £120 million.
There's no underestimating that. It's the biggest deal in world football right now.
And that's before a ticket or replica shirt has been sold, before a sponsorship deal done. A second season in the Premier League would propel Middlesbrough into the world's top 30 highest earning clubs. But will the economic bonanza have an impact on the wider community I love? Can Teesside tap into the feel-good factor? I'm keen to find out. I'm a lefty. Do you have a left-handed one? This Middlesbrough-based print company has gone from strength to strength thanks to the borough's success.
All right, tell the lads you fitted it.
I know, yeah. It was given the contract this summer to decorate the walls and floors of the revamped Riverside. It's good to me.
Thank God you didn't slip.
I know, yeah, imagine. Out for 3 months.
It's huge, George. It's just been taking it into a different league. The Borough have hit the Premiership, I think we have as well. Since we went up after the Brighton game, we took 2 further members of staff on. We've had the opportunity now to work for other football clubs.
Obviously there's a bit of pressure on us as players. We've got to please the fans by winning games, getting those 3 points. But I think there's almost that pressure to help the economy and help the people, because the better the football club does, the better the area does.
It's massive, massive impact. What happens on the pitch affects us all here.
I can feel the buzz everywhere I go, but I wonder whether my teammates are aware of the impact that promotion has had on the local community.
My best friend's dad, he lost his job when it was SSI, and going back to when it was British Steel, my own father lost his job, so I know firsthand sort of how important it is to the people and how many jobs sort of have been lost.
And we don't want to just ignore the fact that there are still tough times at the moment.
It's not something that gets fixed overnight because we get promoted to the Premier League, but what we do hope that it does is that it gives them that ray of light at the end of the working week where they can forget whatever troubles they've got going on, and they come and forget it and support the team and enjoy and feel a sense of pride. We were built on our steel. It's very disappointing to see it close down, but as a town we will bounce back.
This season ticket holder hopes that's true. David and his son both lost their jobs at the Redcar Steelworks.
I've always been a habit of going to work and then nothing really to up in the morning for. I've found that hard to deal with. 2 days a week, I would do me if it was possible. You know, I would get by, but it's very difficult. There's that many lads unemployed that are quite a bit younger than me, and we're all chasing the same kind of work, so it's not easy.
David's son has a PhD and is fluent in Russian, but he can't find work either.
Obviously, I've been fortunate enough that I'm getting interviews at least, which is something that my dad can't say. So I've got stuff going for me. It's just having the patience
You've got to be positive in your outlook, because as soon as you're not, then you're in big trouble. You've got to hope.
Meeting people like David and his son makes me realise how much is riding on my performance on the pitch, how important it is to Teesside that Middlesbrough thrives in the Premier League, and it makes me all the more determined to succeed. Now we're in the top flight, more people are visiting Middlesbrough and spending.
Going back to the first game of the season, there was a big extra influx of people into the town who were shopping as well as going to the game, so we were very busy before and after. So it did have a definite positive effect, and it was great.
We have a swell in civic pride, which means when we're happy we start to spend, and also we've got fans coming into Middlesbrough, the hotels, etc., should benefit from that. So I think as long as the team are doing well, and that comes down to you, George, then I'm sure we'll see this to continue.
Sounds great, but let's just pause for a minute. Can 11 men kicking a ball around really make a big difference? This is a region with an above average unemployment rate and is reckoned to be one of the poorest in the country. Maybe the answer is to be found in another recently promoted Premier League town.
We looked at how the club spent money, but also we looked at how the fans spent money, both Swansea City supporters but also fans that came into the city to spend money on local goods and services when they were supporting the team. Our estimate was that the presence of the club in that first year up in the Premiership worth about £60 million to the local economy and supported about 200, a little over 200 full-time equivalent jobs.
And there's another reason for thinking success on the pitch will benefit the whole area: TV exposure. The Premier League is the most watched on the planet. Each week it can be seen in 750 million homes. A global plug for the town already being exploited by the local university. It signed a new partnership deal with the club.
George, there's your palm.
Thanks very much. Looks great. Where better to try the area's signature meal than Saltburn by the sea? It's not part of my usual diet, but it's about time I tasted one. This Victorian seaside town is where many Teessiders come to kick back and relax. If things really are on the up, I reckon the signs will be here.
It's been a bit of a rough time of late, and I think now, being back in the Premier League, in the limelight and things like that, you're more recognised as an area, you're more recognised as a town.
You're doing a fantastic job. It's fantastic for the area, without a doubt.
The more people that come, the more people who are going to visit places and go into shops and things like that. It's up the borough all the way, isn't it? So
yeah. Bigger teams, bigger players, bigger money, isn't it, all round?
Nice, that.
I think that's the way to go, George.
But the economic reality is that whilst I travel away for work every other weekend, this lifelong Borough fan has to commute out of the area every day because of a lack of opportunities here. A 140-mile round trip to Leeds.
Over time, you kind of get used to getting, your body clock kind of helps you adjust. Obviously, in a part of the world where, there's a lot of heavy industry, having a desk job, if you like, isn't the ideal scenario, right. But certainly there's a feel-good factor, George, It often gets a negative press, but it's the football thing that keeps it on the map and keeps the identity in the national art.
Do you want me to sign that?
Would you mind?
From the seaside to the riverside, football's given the area a lift just when it needed it most. This fantastic region has taken everything that's been thrown at it and is fighting back.
And good luck to George and the team for this weekend's fixture against Everton. But we've reached our final whistle now.